Welcome, Unity Community. We are so glad to see you virtually once again. This is a wonderful community, and if you're just finding us for the first time, we want you to know how welcome you are. And we welcome everyone here. It doesn't matter what your color or your creed or your sexual orientation or anything else. We welcome you, and we're so happy to have you. We welcome you from all over the country. If you're watching from someplace in Washington, like I know some of you are, or down in Texas, or California, or Florida, wherever you might be, thank you for being here with us. Let's say our mission statement together. We are a vibrant, welcoming, multi-generational, prosperous community, embodying love and awakening spiritual consciousness. And we're going to start off with some chants. Take it away, Soulshine.
Let's get Virch Church started. So I do love. Let's just have a little fun with this. So get out of your seats if you can. I don't care if you're wearing pajamas. Just have some fun. 1, 2. I start my day with love. Gonna start my day with love. That's what I get more of is love. I start my day with love. When I start my day with love, that's what I get more of is love. Love, love, 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 love. I start my day with love. When I start my day with love, that's what I get more of is love. Gonna start my day with love. When I start my day with love, that's what I get more of is love. Love, love, love. Love, love, love. Yeah, yeah. Love, love, love. Love. One more time. Start my day. Sing it out. Start my day with love. When I start my day with love, that's what I get more of is love. I start my day with love. I start my day with love. That's what I get more of is love. Love, love, love. Love, love, love. Love, love, love. Love, love, love. Take a check back. Yeah, 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 yeah. Woo.
All right.
We do have a Ricky Byers back with the tune. Return to me. Follow for the words. There we go. Return to me. Return to me. With every breath, return. And begin with me. With every breath, return. return to me. With every breath, return. And begin with me. With every breath, return. With every breath, return. With every breath, return. With every breath, return.
Thank you, Soulshine. And now we're going to turn to celebrations.
Good morning, Unity Central Oregon. I am here outside. We are going to take a sneak peek in a little early so we can see a little behind the scenes of what's going on while they're getting ready for live stream. Choo. Good morning, Manissa. Yes, my blue. We kind of match. You got your blue dress on. All right, let's see what's going on in here. Jane is grooving out. She's behind her lights in her little stage. There's Victor. There's Dave getting into it. There's Kalinda is blessing. There's Mita. Oh, here comes Zeke. Hi, Zeke. Hi. And there goes Eric, jumping into his spot. And I have to show you, Manissa got a baby Yoda. He's pretty dang cute.
Makes noise too. 10 different sounds.
10 different sounds. You ready for this morning, Jane? All right. We'll see you all. Oh, and there's Kevin and Nico. I forgot about them. Kevin and Nico. There they are, getting ready. Awesome job, you guys.
Good morning. Hope you like that. Gives you a little sense of what's going on here before we start the cameras rolling. So, time for celebrations. So, here we go. I've got my clipboard with my trusty celebrations that I wrote down today. Let's see. Jane, our beloved Reverend Jane, is celebrating her puppy Ringo's 12th birthday, who she's had since he was a baby. Yay, Ringo. We're glad you made it till 12 and many more years to come. Let's see, and Chelsea Calicott, who is one of our members, she launched yesterday her Hey Neighbor TV, which she is broadcasting on Instagram and Facebook. And guess who her first guest was? Jane Hyatt. So if you guys haven't checked it out, go to Hey Neighbor TV and see Jane interviewed and see how things are going for her. Melissa Rogers shared that her daughter Leah is turning 6 on Thursday. And this was a super beautiful celebration. She has been a single mom ever since her daughter was born, before her daughter was born. And she is just celebrating being a single parent and the power and things that she is focusing on for herself as well. I always think when kids have their birthdays, it should be just as much of a celebration for the parents that you survived another year, right? Sylvia is celebrating the warm weather and the baby birds that are fluttering around her backyard. And also she had some clarity breakthrough in her role in this whole powerful time. So we're excited to hear more about that, Sylvia. And then Donna, Benjamin, and Al have been looking really hard for a new place to move to, and they found the perfect location starting on June 1st. So we're celebrating that because I know that's been in her prayers for a long time. And then Victor started a vegetable garden this weekend. So yay, Victor. I know a lot of people are celebrating that. And then we have a few, because it's Memorial Day weekend, so we have some beautiful memorial celebrations to celebrate. So let's go. The first one is going to be Jenny. Jenny would like to celebrate her dear friend, Paula Deller, who transitioned this past week and was a dearly beloved friend of hers. So, and that's a picture of her friend, Paula, and so we're celebrating that with her. And blessings to you, Jenny, and thank you for sharing that. And then Robin Ryan is celebrating her son, Cameron Ryan Wheeler, who is an air traffic controller in the Navy. And so that's her son, and we are celebrating his heroic efforts in serving our country. And then I have a really cool celebration because of Memorial Day. So this last picture is a photo of Kevin and his grandfather. And his grandfather did not serve in the military, but he lived in Pearl Harbor when Pearl Harbor was bombed. And because he was Japanese, instead of being sent to one of the internment camps, they needed his services because he was a carpenter. And so he helped rebuild that area after all the destruction. And so I want to celebrate him and his efforts and that part of Kevin's beautiful family history. So I hope you guys all have a beautiful day, and thank you so much for being here. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Oh, thank you, Claire. That was beautiful. It really warmed my heart, especially that picture of Kevin and his grandfather, and to think of all the history that we have, that we collectively hold. If you think about your grandparents and how they may have served, or all the stories that go along with this Memorial Day. And so this is a great time to be thinking in terms of prayer, like who do we want to hold in prayer? And it may be people who have passed that we just want to send out prayers of honoring them, or it may be for people who are dealing with things right now that need some help in changing the way that they're thinking about it, which is what prayer does. So now, some people have been confused about where do you find these prayer claim forms. So if you look at the top of the screen where we are describing the live service, that it's got a kind of a turquoise background, look up there and you will see the link for the prayer claim form, and you can click on that, and then that will take you right to a form that's super easy to fill out. So whatever is in your heart right now that you want us to all hold with you for a more beautiful outcome, a more beautiful way of thinking about whatever is going on, because it's so easy to get caught in the sway of outside circumstances and believe that that is reality and that's what we are limited to, but it's never the truth. The truth is always completely open, and we can import from higher consciousness a far better way of seeing what's going on. So please take some time right now and put in a claim for our world, for your world, whatever it is that's on your heart right now. And now let's take all of those prayers, let's just wrap them together in this beautiful basket of our hearts. And we hold them, and we know together that goodness is what is truth. And goodness is flowing through every situation every circumstance, every person, even when they are not conscious of that, even when it is hard to see. Like the diamonds that exist inside the coal, the beauty and perfection is available if we have eyes to see. And we claim right now that with our focused concentration as a virtual community, we are sending power and light to transform all the suffering that is in our lives and in the lives of our world. We send this transformative power of love and peace, wisdom and strength, because we know it is always available. And for those who are having difficulty reaching it now, we lend them that power through our focus. Let's move into song and affirm that together. Let's pray together. Love is our ultimate reality, everywhere present and whole. It radiates abundantly and continually creates good in my life and in the world. As we gratefully acknowledge the presence and power of love now, we see the people and circumstances we hold in prayer healed and illumined by love. And so it is. So let's move into meditation now. As we breathe in, just feel the peace filling us. And as we breathe out, let distractions go. And as you breathe in, begin to paint a beautiful picture in nature, in your mind. See the color of the grass, the variety of the trees. Hear the sound of the water that's flowing, the birds that are singing. Breathe deep and imagine the smell of this beautiful place. And somewhere in this scene, find a place for yourself to sit down where you can be very comfortable, where you can look up and see the clouds floating by in the beautiful blue sky. And as you sit there, I invite you to imagine a series of faces, some that you have known and some that you have not. People who have fought in wars past, who have given their lives for something they believed in, who did not have, as a culture, a better way to solve that problem at that time. And so they did what they knew to do. They gave all that they had. Just allow their faces to pass before your mind and bless them. Some of them did not die in the war. Some of them came home, but they came home changed forevermore. And we bless them as well as we invite them into this beautiful place in nature. And we hold the families, the parents, the children, the spouses, the siblings who were forever affected by what these soldiers gave. The loss was shared by many, and we honor and bless them for their sacrifice. And now we just focus again. We let those images go and we breathe in and feel peace. We feel the peace filling this scene, filling our bodies. And as we breathe out peace into our world. A world that still struggles with conflict, polarity. We just breathe peace and love and imagine that energy flowing out from us through this beautiful scene out into our world. So that one day there will be no more war. One day, Memorial Day, will be something that we remember as ancient history. And we bring our attention back now, just committing to starting our day with peace, to starting our day with love, to let every breath bring us back to peace and love, so that we may be a point of emanation of those higher qualities. And now let's move into song.
If you're reading this, my mama's sitting there. Looks like I only got a one-way ticket over here. I sure wish I could give you one more kiss. And war was just a game we played when we were kids. I'm laying down my gun, I'm hanging up my boots. I'm up here with God and we're both watching over you. So lay me down in that open field out on the edge of town, and know my soul is where my mama always prayed that it would go. And if you're reading this, I'm already home. If you're reading this halfway around the world, I won't be there to see the birth of our little girl. I hope she looks like you. I hope she fights like me and stands up for the innocent and the weak. I'm laying down my gun, I'm hanging up my boots. Tell Dad I don't regret that I followed in his shoes. So lay me down in that open field out on the edge of town, and know my soul is where my mama always prayed that it would go. And if you're reading this, I'm already home. If you're reading this, there's gonna come a day when you'll move on and find someone else, and that's okay. Just remember this: I'm in a better place, where soldiers live in peace and angels sing Amazing Grace. So lay me down in that open field out on the edge of town, and know my soul is where my mama always prayed that it would go. If you're reading this, and if you're reading this, and if you're reading this, I'm already home.
It's really hits the heart, doesn't it? Memorial Day is a day that was christened Memorial Day after World War I. It began as Decoration Day after the Civil War. It was actually started by a group of slaves who had been freed and were now in the North. And it was known as Decoration Day, honoring all that had died in the Civil War. And then after World War I, it became a national holiday, and the name was changed to Memorial Day. It's a day when we remember loss and the consequence of using anger and war to solve our problems. It's a day when we remember bravery and generosity, people who were willing to give their last drop of blood so that freedom could be happening, or whatever it was that they were fighting for. We tend to see things from our point of view. Whatever our side of the war was, that was the right side in our minds. And yet the people who we were fighting with also had their perspective. Their folks who were dying for something that they believed in, regardless of whether we agree. But as a conscious community, our task is to not only remember, but also to change our own behavior. I titled this talk Poppy Wisdom because of a poem. This was written by John McCrae after World War I. And he wrote this because of the visual that struck him so deeply. He saw the field, in Flanders Field, covered with dead bodies. But in the midst of this horror and bloodshed, there were poppies growing everywhere. And this is the poem that he wrote. In Flanders fields, the poppies blow between the crosses, row on row, that mark our place. And in the sky, the larks, still bravely singing, fly, scarce heard amid the guns below. We are the dead. Short days ago we lived, felt dawn, saw sunset glow, loved and were loved, and now we lie in Flanders Field. Take up our quarrel with the foe. To you from failing hands we throw the torch. Be yours to hold it high. If ye break faith with us who die, we shall not sleep, though poppies grow in Flanders Field. As I reflected on that, I thought about our beautiful earth and the messages that are coming, that life that continues to resurge despite our best efforts to destroy it. And I also thought about, as I thought about the earth, I thought about going deep into the earth. And the idea of descending and going down, and how in our culture, we want it to be all about getting up. We go up the corporate ladder, we ascend in importance, we grow up. Everything up is good. We fall down, we fall from grace. We go down into the earth in death. We have this idea that going down and into the dark and the death and all of that is a bad thing. Right now, we're dealing with the coronavirus. And everybody wants to rush ahead to back to normal or whatever the new normal will look like. But we want to get on with it. There is a tremendous cry going out right now. And some of you are probably joining in that cry. None of us are happy about what's going on, except maybe the extreme introverts a little. But mostly, people want to get back. They want to get back to their friends. They want to get back to their work. They want to get back to life as they knew it. And impatience is growing, and anger is growing, and blame is starting to be flung, which is a familiar undertow that leads to war. And we have seen some conflicts out there in our country because of this. And it's important to realize that this is coming from an urge to get on with things and have everything be the way we believe it ought to be. And yet, there is in our world, there is a rhythm of day and night, of yin and yang, of living and dying. And none of it is bad. It is the cycle of life. And it's important for us to learn to go down and go in to the depths of our consciousness. Our mission here at Unity is to embody love and awaken spiritual consciousness. And where do we find that? We find that within. Within, in our inner self, is our portal to all that is. We dive into the cosmos when we dive within. We do that through meditation and reflection, in the silence, in the emptiness. And this time, even though it's the summertime and we all want to be out, and yes, get out and get outside in nature, but we still are being confined and constrained. And what if this is a time as a culture to go inward and find the truth, find the depth, find the love and the riches and the treasures that are inside of us, and bring them back out into the world? What if we stop being so impatient and intolerant, and we say, this is a retreat I would not have chosen, but I will make the most of it? What if we honor those who have died so that we may be free, so that we may live, by living, by going inward and finding the source of life inside of us and bringing that forth? What if we stop with our impatience? What if we turn inward? The yin energy of darkness and down and in the earth, that's the feminine energy. The masculine energy rises up, goes out, does things and accomplishes. And it's great and we love it. And the feminine goes inward and creates new life, nourishes what is growing that has not yet been seen. The feminine is the Holy Mother who is blessing us, who is encouraging us to grow and be the beautiful expressions of the divine. So on this Memorial Day, let us not just remember those who have died. Let us remember ourselves. Let us put ourselves back together by going inward, calling upon the Holy Mother to allow us to embrace the divine feminine of us, to find and increase the life that is within us. And then we get to bless the world with the peace and the freedom and the life that these brave souls have fought for. Namaste.
gratia plena, Maria gratia plena, Maria gratia plena, Ave, Ave Dominus, Dominus tecum, benedicta tu in mulieribus, et benedictus, et benedictus fructus ventri, ventri tui, Iesus. Ave Maria. Ave Maria, Mater Dei, ora pro nobis peccatoribus, ora pro nobis, ora pro nobis peccatoribus, nunc et in hora mortis, in hora mortis nostrae, in hora mortis nostrae, in hora nostrae. Ave Maria.
Oh my goodness. That's so beautiful. I don't think we're going to let Victor sing in English anymore. He sings so beautifully in Italian. So send all those Italian songs his way. Oh, we are so blessed in this community. We have a couple of announcements that I'm pretty excited about. One of them is that our Earth Care team has won the top award through Unity Worldwide Ministries. All right. There are 4 levels that you go through, and the first one is just making a pledge to care about the earth. And then there are different steps that we take. I'm going to send out more details in the newsletter, but the point is we made the top. And it's in part because of all the other things that we've done. And then we did the virtual film festival, and we did the community garden out here that is in process. So that took us over the top. And congratulations to all of you who made that possible. We also have a brand new website that Nate Hitchcock has been working on. I don't know if right this minute you can click on it and see it. There was one little technical detail that he was waiting for that to get clicked so it would go live, but I'm sure by tonight it will be available. And it's so beautiful. Wait till you see it, and so much more user-friendly. So we're very appreciative to Nate for that. And this June 1st, Kevin is going to be leading another spirit group host training. So making lemonade out of lemons means that we have more groups that are meeting in Zoom or however we're doing that. And in order to be a spirit group host, you need to take the training. If more of you will step up and take the training, then we can have many more spirit groups and more opportunities for people to connect. It's so powerful. I know that some of us are kind of zoomed out, but when you're in a Zoom room, you have the opportunity to talk to one another, and it goes really deeply. There has been so much beautiful sharing that's happening, and just because you're not in physical proximity with one another doesn't mean you're not connecting. It's so powerful. I have seen so much beautiful interaction in the rooms that I've been in. So I really encourage you to sign on, email Kevin, unitykevin@icloud.com, in order so that he sends you the Zoom link for the training. And we have more groups and classes that are coming up, and if you check the newsletter this week, I'll have all the information about that. We're going to be starting a prayer group. We have more new prosperity circles that are happening, and then the spirit groups. And right after this service, you can join in a Zoom room and see one another, because it's so much nicer than just seeing the comments that everybody's making. So again, up at the description of this whole live stream, you will see a Zoom link. You just click on that. Donna Wolf is going to be our host today, and she'll be inviting you to share who you are and what touched you about the service today, anything you'd like to share, and just see your friends. So please come into the Zoom room. So this is our time for giving. And again, I just want to thank you all so much for everything that you are doing. Everyone who has been participating in some kind of a Zoom gathering in this community is contributing to strengthening the fabric of us. It would be so easy to just say, oh, I'm going to check out and check back in when we can go live, whenever that would be. But you're not. Instead, you're engaging. You're contributing. To all of those who have been out there pulling weeds and loading them in the truck, and Jim Pasmore, who keeps making the dump runs with all the weeds. To all of you, we are so grateful. All those garden folks who are out there planting, and this community is just so beautiful. And to all of our crew that's here today, doing the things we're doing to keep it going, I say thank you. And I say thank you for all your financial contributions, whether you're texting right now, whether you're getting onto our website and making a recurring donation. It's so important that we have your support, because we continue to do good in this world. We continue to rock our mission of embodying love and awakening spiritual consciousness. And we have big dreams. And your energy in the form of green stuff is helping us to make that happen. So thank you. Let's just focus on our qualities of generosity and receptivity and know that we are blessed. Let's sing together that truth. I'm so blessed.
I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed.
And now we hold all of these virtual offerings and all of this beautiful tribe of beloveds. And we say thank you from the love of pure spirit within us. We bless these gifts. We send them forth to heal, bless, and prosper. They are evidence of our faith and belief. They do good in the world and return to us multiplied abundantly. And so it is. And let's end with the prayer of protection in song.
The light of God surrounds me. I am the light of God. The love of God enfolds me. I am the love of God. The power of God protects me. I am the power of God. The presence of God watches over me. I am the presence of God. Wherever I am, God is, because I am. The light of God surrounds me. I am the light of God. The love of God enfolds me. I am the love of God. The power of God protects me. I am the power of God. The presence of God watches over me. I am the presence of God. Wherever I am, God is, because I am.